Digital Podcast, numero uno. We're going to be talking about content creation, and that was a badass little crack of the beer. We're going to talk a little bit about what we do. So go ahead, Phil. What do you do? We got a little guest.
My name is Phil. I'm a freelance event coordinator, themed interior designer, and I also own a boutique shampoo company. I use the guys at Bad Digital. They handle a lot of my web design, site creation, content generation, and general vision facilitating, I guess would be the best way to describe what they do. So that's what I do.
Nick?
I am Nick, one of the co-creators of Bad Digital. I am a video editor, photographer extraordinaire, lighting, all those things.
So I'm Alan. I started out my entrepreneurial hustle doing nightclub promotions and events, and then kind of stopped doing that and started getting into a more professional aspect of digital marketing for companies, and I created a company called Digital. And I always had all this stuff and a lot of these clients from the nightclub stuff and the promotion stuff, so I kind of use some of those unconventional strategies towards my current marketing with Bad Digital. So that's kind of how this evolved.
I'm just going to go ahead, Alan. I'm going to stop you there. I'm just going to class this shoot up a little bit. We need some sort of foliage here.
Definitely need foliage.
Definitely. Skull too.
That just took us to another level. Oh, okay.
Level.
Very tasteful.
This I can get passionate with. You know what I mean? To be or not to be.
Fucking Shakespeare with it.
So yeah, today we're going to be going over just kind of a little bit of the branding and marketing and content development for events that we've done. Between these two and myself, we've all done like a variety of different events.
A hodgepodge, if you will.
As far as like, it's from local to like big national acts. So we're going to kind of touch base on some of the different tools
and the importance of generating content at the event and generating content before the event for the actual promotion, and I guess kind of like a little bit the difference in that strategy.
There's no such thing as too much content.
Probably not, no. It might be annoying. That was always one of those things about nightclub promotion or about any kind of promotion, is that people might think that you're a little bit annoying, but I guess that's advertising, but at least they know about you.
But that's part of the job, to be finding a tasteful way to get exposure without jamming it down people's throats.
Right, exactly.
Which is really a delicate
where
balance.
We come in to do a lot the more creative stuff, so that when you're consuming this content, it can be informational and creative and fun without having it be just blasting in your face the same flyer over and over again. So a couple of the ways we've done that is, for instance, we thought up an Easter egg hunt, and
creating more content right now.
We had a concert right around
Bad
Easter.
Digital guys, we're doing a live podcast.
Gang.
We had a
Send it.
We had an event right around Easter, so we did an Easter egg hunt this weekend, and ticket sales skyrocketed that weekend. We put tickets to the show inside of an egg, branded all of the eggs. We'll show you some photos of those. And it
That'll
just
be
came
like
out
right
dope.
here
And
or right here.
It built a ton of
Or
exposure.
it might be
for the
right
event.
there. I don't know where it's going to be. It's going to be
Or
one of those locations.
Or just all over our
might-
face. Just completely get rid of this frame and then just go to a picture of it.
Right.
Part of how I work with Bad Digital in that case, because it's actually a joint client of ours, what I did is kind of, we came up with this idea to get a bit of excitement into the show, and being that it was right around Easter, we wanted to find, a marketing way that tied into both. So what we did when we came up with this Easter egg scenario is we wanted the eggs to not just be cheap plastic multicolored eggs from Walmart. So we actually went and we custom did the eggs, bought gold eggs, and then I actually go in with my vinyl cutter and we make a custom logo, apply it to the eggs. So now what you're doing is you're creating a little bit of a frenzy in the marketing standpoint, because people know that these free concert tickets have been hidden all over the city. On top of that, with the branding on the egg, it makes it stand out from any other egg because it's specific with our client's logo on it. So when they have it, not only are they excited they're getting the ticket, they kind of have a keepsake, to remember that, hey, we won this in a cool way. And that's kind of something unique that, I think a lot of...
And they share it.
They
right.
Share it and all
Let's
that
kind of talk
stuff.
about like what we did for that.
Yeah, so
Phil made the eggs.
The eggs. And then,
Delivered them to us.
right.
And then
we put the eggs in some of the location.
And then I went,
Took the photos
took a photo at each of the locations.
to create media
To
around
create
it
media
for my piece, which was setting up.
Which was also kind of a little bit of a clue too.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of clues too. We put them in places. We took pictures in places where they were going to be. So then we used those photos to put them into the email marketing blasts, which were strategically sent out, 4 or 5 times throughout the weekend, all at different parts of the city. We live in Rochester, so it was Henrietta, just all surrounding places and ticket sale locations. And
Yeah, that's
actually, this campaign did a lot more than just sell tickets. It also increased a lot of the clothing sales of the
And web traffic.
and web traffic. And,
I mean, in some of these ticket locations, there was like lines out the door. There were groups of people waiting there before we even hit the
Well,
eggs.
when
and they were buying
when we went
gear
there,
and shirts and stuff while they were there.
yeah,
at
it
the
wasn't
Bills.
only like good for just like us and
Like
Kennedy.
we
but
hid
it was
one of
good
the
for-
eggs in a shoe that had just been released. So, say you were there, you didn't know anything about this contest, and you went to try on I think they, like the Grape Fives or something, I can't remember what it was. Whatever dropped, we hid a bunch of them with the employees of the store inside that. So imagine you're going to just buy a pair of shoes, you go to try it on, you pull out this egg, and now all of a sudden you've won a full like VIP party for your group to this concert that you definitively want to go to,
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the secret sauce. I think we definitely just wrapped up how dope that campaign was.
No, I think we could. I
Yo,
think we go
you
further
could tell
into that
they're
even.
mesmerized on how
Yeah,
dope that was.
because not only did it help like promote the show, you know what I mean?
But it
helped
also drove
It
email
drove-
campaign traffic. It drove actual sales at the locations
at the
for hard
stores,
copy
yeah,
tickets
because people were
and
buying
for the store
gear
itself.
to go to the show.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there were people so after all the eggs were gone, people were there already, so they're gonna buy tickets or buy clothes, you know what I mean? So it was like across
Oh, I know what shoe
marketing.
it was. It was the shoe you're wearing. The shoe you're wearing right now. That's the
Oh,
shoe
yeah,
you
the
put 'em
Legend
in.
Blues?
Yeah, the Legend
Yeah, yeah.
Blues. Not the Grape Fives, I'm sorry. I don't want any
think those are
sneakerheads
my
getting
shoes,
upset.
These are pretty exclusive.
They're pretty.
I skateboard,
Exclusive.
no big deal.
Did you see that dude fucking eating cereal out of the Virgil Abloh Off-White fucking Jordan ones that just came out?
No.
Dude poured fucking Captain Crunch berries in.
Oh, I did see that. I saw a dude running that with Yeezys.
Right? It was lit. I'm not even mad at him.
So other ways that we've done creative branding at events is we've done cups. We've done some styrofoam cups with Kenny Entertainment branding on them.
That was
We'll add the cups in here later. Don't worry.
Goldilocks.
Those paired very,
here.
very smoothly with our video content we collected at the event and the Snapchat filters that we collected at the event. Just a little bit of proof in terms of how much exposure you can get when a star shares one of your creations with your media on it. We have a Snapchat filter campaign here, which will kind of segue into we might as well just bring it up too. The crock pot. So they used our Snapchat filter. We had Migos autograph a crock pot.
Open a crock pot.
And this Snapchat filter was
Oh my God, it hurt.
only used 86 times.
It's dustier than the
but it
bitch
had an
houses.
impression
Alan
of
Fox.
225,000 views in terms of promoting the after party at that current event.
My thing just went off.
Oh, your audio.
Yeah, what do I do?
Typical fucking rookie.
If you guys are looking to win this bad boy, a little crock pot, you go to KennedyEntertainment.com.
Oh, dude, just do
You can
this.
find a link where
keep
we're
recording.
still collecting emails to be auctioned
on the top.
off.
I just want to circle back to the cup thing Alan was talking about. Boom, we'll flash another photo right here. What's unique about that and what I liked about working with Bad Digital is, not just creating content and branding, but we're good at finding clever ways to make marketing work for the client and kind of vice versa. So we knew, whenever we're doing a project for someone, we kind of find a neat way to personalize it. And it's almost kind of playing into what that client's going to use. So for instance, Quavo, double cup styrofoams. It's an industry standard in hip hop. So what we did was went and made custom styrofoam cups for the artist, knowing that, that's something that they're into.
How did
that's
you go
something
about
they would
doing
use.
that, Phil?
So I went about doing that by buying just cheap regular cups, and then I go ahead and add my custom styrofoam double cup,
Doubled up.
obviously. Always doubled
Doubled
up. And then, by
Double
cutting the
deckers in this
logo, adhering the logo to the cup, adding not only our client's logo, but adding also the artist's name so that it's, you know, unique and specific. We went, wrapped them all up in custom packaging and everything, so it was a presentation thing for the artist.
And there'll be photos.
Yeah, so the artist is excited that, you know, this concert promoter went the extra mile and, you know, they did something cool. So now how that benefits the client, you know, obviously it's a small cost. You know, I think the cups are about 40 bucks a piece, but then Quavo goes and puts that into his Snap story, which he has 5 million followers. So now you're talking about spending $45 on something that's getting you almost $5 million impressions from one of the largest platinum recording artists in hip hop today.
And people that take content from aggregators, people that aggregate that content and put it on their YouTube. Now they're taking
that YouTube video has like a million
that
or something
YouTube
views.
video has a ton because Crockpot with a dot.
Crockpot. Cooking up dope in the crockpot.
Yeah, crockpots.
Crockpots and crockpots. Crockpots and crockpots.
So that campaign was killer. We are actually bringing Migos back here in about
Oh, sick!
a week and a half.
So wait, so like, just so everyone's clear, the eggs we did for the Jadakiss.
That was Jadakiss and Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Right.
And then they also actually got cups, and they actually got custom.
Did they get cups?
They got custom premium hand-rolled cigar rolling trays.
No, that was P&B Rock.
P&B Rock, Jadakiss, and Fabulous.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. That was that one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just showed the picture.
That shit was, like, the fucking rolling tray was amazing.
Phenomenal.
The rolling
and
tray
it's one
was
of those
amazing.
things where they see it and they know that, you know, the person that booked them went that extra mile for them, and so they're more into the show, and it just kind of creates a snowball effect of great content, great PR for the company, and really just general good relations between the client and the artist.
And what Phil did here, AKA the prettiest event coordinator, he did fucking, he wrapped like the Phillies. No, what'd you get, Dutches?
Yeah,
Dutches?
they were,
He
you know,
wrapped them in like the gold foil. So this man attention to detail.
Yeah, a lot of what we do is presentation based.
Someone gave him a glue gun and some fucking
Right.
gold tassel.
He just decided to murder it.
Make it look
Well,
classy.
it was definitely awesome though.
Can we roll the footage? There's footage.
It was definitely just about like the little touches, but it definitely made it though.
But it's one of those things that kind of shows the artist like, oh, damn, nobody else is doing this for us. So we like this town, we like this group that we're using, and it kind of gives the artist a little bit more flexibility to work with, you know, guys like us.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then the crock pot was for the following show, which was what?
The crock pot, God, I don't know, man. There's so many rappers and stuff. I don't know.
Oh yeah, hit us with the fucking fog, dog.
I know you're completely forgetting your role.
Well, that's the other thing we want to talk about, that the simplest little effects can make a video seem so much more amazing. You know, for instance, like, we're going to fog up this whole thing. And
This is
now all of a
actually
sudden-
not even fog.
You're not even.
There's like a midget underneath here smoking a ton of
You're
dope.
just smoking a joint.
He's about to pass me the shit.
And that, you know, just small little things that allow to make a shot look more majestic.
So yeah, the crock pot was for the Migos show. Dude, stop throwing other people's money around. Will you fucking chill?
I literally just paid him that.
Yeah,
It's cool. It's out of my account. It's his money now.
Well, I know it's funny to think about though. Actually, it's like that's money that's going to be used to like pay for like a website. So it's like still a physical thing, but it's about to be like a digital thing.
It's about to be digital. Yeah, that currency is about to become pixels.
I don't know if that's how that works, but yeah, for forms of representation, I fuck with it.
This midget is really
So yeah, and that was the show that we are doing
one
now.
of these guys farted, dude. It's Jesus, man.
Yo, watch the crock pot.
It's
B.
one of a kind.
Yo, watch the
This is a
motherfucker.
you're gonna see this on Pawn Stars in like 30 years.
Right?
Rick is gonna pay like 30 grand for it because the guy wanted like 75 grand for it.
You just ruined that whole episode.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, Rick.
Oh, you fucking dickhead.
So yeah, I guess that's the importance of content creation. Is just, you know, but creative, tasteful.
So
creative
let's bring it back to
content creation.
the current world, like current time. So
Relevance?
Yeah. So we're talking
as opposed to all of our medieval.
So
web
coming
content?
up next Friday, we are actually bringing Migos back. September 29th, they're going to be at Capelli Stadium with Famous Dex, Dave East, Don Q,
and a bunch of local talent.
a bunch of local artists.
And who knows?
Popping off here in Rochester.
We're going to have some food
because
trucks.
there actually is a pretty dope hip hop scene here in Rochester that's kind of under a veil and uncovered right now. But I do believe it could emerge. So,
I think so. And obviously Migos is about as popular as they get, and you know, we've kind of all had the opportunity to kind of interact and be around them and everything. And as far as artists, man, they are legit. I mean, they come, they do what they say they're gonna do, and I mean, it's always a good show.
Why? I'm kind of pissed off that I have non-marijuana smoke in my face.
I know, it looks like the set of Snoop Dogg show.
not going away either. It's just like
fuck.
We'll
it
edit
looks like
it in
there's a
post.
fire under our table right now.
There's a fire burning
Emerging
within
right
my
now.
loins.
Okay.
No, so yeah,
Not
let's
a
talk about what
framework.
we're doing for the show, though.
For this show? So we've set up a large variety of Facebook video campaigns, each specifically promoting each city around us.
Being the surrounding city of
have
Buffalo, Syracuse,
all that kind of stuff.
the weird
Specifically
parts in the
targeted
middle that we don't
towards
talk about.
We've got some Snapchat filters set up. We have done, we've actually rebranded the show almost 3 times now, just because we want to make sure that we're targeting different demographics and we're keeping the branding fresh. So what happens is when you have like one piece of content or one flyer, one piece of media, that content will actually lose exposure over time and people will care less about it because it becomes old. So if you relaunch the party or the event or whatever it is going on and you give it a whole new brand, then now you're actually like targeting multiple people and you're giving the show like a new wave of
Yeah, so it's like a retargeting.
like content. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're reaching a couple different demographics and just like different types of people with
Diversity,
rebranding.
which is one of the things I wanted to bring up on this podcast.
Right,
diversity. So, boom, look at us.
We could add the fucking
Nice
Sesame
segue.
Street. Diversity! And we're 3 white kids going to talk about diversity. Typical America.
If there's anybody that knows diversity, it's 3 middle-class white kids.
For sure. You're middle class? I'm trying to fucking get there.
Shit.
You can fucking pay for your video edit. I could work my way out of the fucking lower class.
Oh, Lord.
Love it. That smoke is literally fucking chilling.
I think it's creating an ambiance that is really just
I feel
unseen
like
before on podcasts.
It's just coming
I feel
up
like
from between
I feel
my
like you
legs.
guys are just like I
It's
feel like somebody
nonstop.
should be smoking pot right now, but it's no one. Oh my god.
Yo,
Yep, fog
chill,
machine
dude.
still works.
Yeah, the fog machine does.
We're gonna have to turn the fan on.
Right,
It's too
right,
stagnant in this bitch.
It's dying. It's just chilling right in front of us.
So yeah, and other things we've done. So let's kind of talk about like what was it? So we had one video where Migos shouted out Rochester, New York specifically, and this show specifically.
Rochester, New York.
Kennedy Entertainment, man.
We will be live.
That way, man. Make
Hey,
sure you
get
pull
y'all
up.
tickets, man. You did.
So we ran a Facebook and Instagram ad for that.
Well, we can't take credit for that. That was
that wasn't even
that was
us.
a promoter. That was
Yeah, the promoter actually got that, but you know, we know a good piece of content when we see it, I think.
Right.
And, you know, we took it and just used that. We also made like a little motion graphic using that, just the audio from that mixed in with every artist.
Yeah, with each artist.
Rochester, New York.
Kennedy Entertainment,
We
man.
will be live.
That way, man. Make
Hey,
sure you
get
pull
y'all
up.
tickets, man. You did.
Trap, they tryna copy the way. Too many chain like a slave. Rich forever getting paid. Money machine might break.
Wait, they tryna copy the style. Watch out, jump in the crowd. Reef on my chain, boy, how? 30 on me, swear to God, bring it down.
They tryna copy the way. Rich forever getting paid. Broke rappers and they feeling they hate. Real dumb.
Which was pretty cool as well.
Using multiple forms of content, like kind of overlapping. in terms of like if you get a radio ad created, you can use that snippet for more than just the radio ad.
13th, Little Uzi is coming to town. Yes, the Capelli Sports Stadium. Let's go.
Take it and put it in your Facebook ads and make other stuff with it. So you're being resourceful about the content you've created.
Let's talk about snap hacking. That's probably one of my new favorite ways of cheaply and effectively marketing
we
your
did
product.
a dope little snap hack campaign.
Are we gonna do that for this one?
Well,
This coming
Well,
show?
this one we're legitimately involved, so we don't really need to snap
it's not really a hack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's snap hacking. So
Yeah, so that's not technically a hack.
snap hacking is, say there's a huge conference and a ton of people are gathering all in one location, and you have a product that's going to be relevant to,
It's applicable to that conference.
Yeah, whatever that is. Like I did one for Jazz Fest for my more professional digital media company. Jazz Fest is kind of like a pretty professional festival here in Rochester.
Professional.
And there's a lot of entrepreneurs there. So I did a snap hack there, and that got a ton of exposure. We
Didn't
did
brand
one-
it though for your company.
Yeah, no, I did.
Did you?
So really the best
You just
way
can't put,
to kind of
URLs.
describe a snap hack is essentially, say, like Alan said, say there's a trade show where it's like $4,000 to get a booth so that all the people at the trade show can see your product. But we can come in and create a Snapchat filter knowing that everyone is using Snapchat at that same conference. So we come in and spend probably $35 to create a Snapchat filter with your product logo on it, and then we geotag, which means where people can see the Snapchat, into that conference. So now every single person that's on their phone, that's on their social media, that's taking Snapchats, they're getting that face recognition with your product. So instead of paying that $4,000 that you would have paid to say get a booth, that would be the face, hand-to-hand contact, you're paying much, much less, getting almost the same amount of exposure, except people outside of that
more
trade
exposure
show
because
are
people
going to see it
outside-
as well.
Because they're using your filter. So now at that show, so all of their people that are watching that Snap story are now,
Also,
having impressions of your brand.
I mean, the other thing is creating your own Snapchat filter is still kind of an unobtainable project to the average people.
There is like a native one in Snapchat right now, but most of them are geared towards weddings and your
Simple
typical
stuff.
event. But if you want
can't
something
really-
custom branded, then
brand
you
it
got
out
to go
to your
to a
own
professional to
specific thing.
find something like that. And that's another cool thing that we do with all of our shows is that we do brand them in a way where the branding comes out seamless from the step and repeats, from the videography, from the flyer,
and keeping
to
the branding
logo,
uniform
and
so that
and
people aren't
keeping it all
seeing 6
uniform.
different logos and
Right,
6 different spots.
As I mentioned, sometimes it's cool to do that, but it's also important to keep it all encompassing at the same time.
So Alan, what would you say the difference is between, having like 3 flyers for an event like this has versus having like 3 different logos? Why is having 3 different logos not good, but having 3 different sets of flyers?
We actually do have 2 logos for this one.
Yeah.
I would say for more of a conventional business that's not like a concert promotion or something like that, I would probably stick with 1 brand. But when it's a concert or a party or something like that, it kind of opens you up to being able to do things that are a little bit more unconventional, just because the whole brand is more unconventional. I also work for a company called Scalp Aesthetics, and sometimes when we're going through a project, like a Scalp Life tour or a Scalp conference, we'll switch that up where there's a couple different brands too. But there's a way to switch them up and have multiple images without it being too, it's convoluted, the right word, where it's like there's just too much going on. As long as you keep it all seamless, then you can do it, you can still do that in a tasteful way too, where you don't have like, once you start with the initial image, you can pour it out into the rest of the stuff. How do I explain this? This is tough.
Use your big boy words. Use them.
Sound it out.
Should we bring the whiteboard over?
Yeah, you might want to bring it. Yeah, you should
Start
bring it
drawing
over.
pictures
Just
and
start drawing
shit.
pictures.
Well, you
All
see
right,
here.
You see here. So then it starts with a logo, and then it goes to the flyer.
You need
and then
like
it
one
goes
of
to
those-
the flyer
Check
when
if
you
our
create
Steve's
more
almost
media.
done.
Yeah, how's this do?
You need like one of those fucking long
10
sticks. You're
minutes.
like,
So I guess it
Select
depends
one.
on. I guess it depends on the company, and if you're willing to take that kind of a risk to switch up the branding mid promotion. I think that it's a cool idea, and it usually works really well. but it might not be for everybody. But Bad Digital likes to take some risks. So. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the cool thing, and the reason that I work with Bad Digital and bring my business to them is they've done a bunch of different major projects for me. They've completely built into the branding for my shampoo company for guys with luxurious long hair, Miracle Flow.
Niche marketing.
And then they've also done, I'm also an event coordinator, so they've actually done full branding videos and everything for a music festival I did. And then, as we're sitting here today, we're working on my promotional video for my event coordination. So these guys touch on all different things. He has 2 different clients that are hair care products, or lack thereof hair, and then he also has, the urban, level of clients that's music videos, concerts and stuff like that.
Didn't say urban.
But then he also has, different clients that are more on the corporate level. So I think it's really unique to be in a group of people where we can go from shooting a hip hop show on Friday back to doing like a corporate structured event on Monday.
And then doing a wedding on Saturday.
And still being really seamless. And that's
and the way we do that is actually because we dichotomize our own branding, very niche, so that we have good digital, which is more of the corporate, bad digital, which is more of the stuff we get to have fun with the concert promotions and stuff like that. And then we've got New View Productions, which does wedding videography, and then Phil's PRM Creative is kind of all encompassing of all of that stuff too. So it kind of gives him some flexibility in terms of how.
I like coming to them because I focus more on the actual hands-on creation, like actually building the theme branding, creating the banners and stuff like that. But when I come to these guys, and sometimes I'm not their favorite client because I kind of have a clear-cut vision of what I want.
You're our favorite client.
Yeah, see? Yeah, that's why I like these guys. But what they do is they work with you to kind of create, almost like a vision facilitation. So I come in here and sometimes I get a little Kanye, and I have
Definitely throwing the screenshot in over the top.
Just fucking Kanye. Or just like motion track fucking Kanye on his face.
Wow, what he said to me. Well, our conversation we had back and forth.
I could make shoes. But they kind of find a way, and I'm very precise on what they want, and they kind of find a way to kind of get it out of my head and make it actual on digital and something that's actually marketable and usable versus an illusion that was in my head an hour ago. And so that's kind of why I like working with them.
Those are delusions, not illusions.
No, I'm not gonna argue that. As long as you can watch it, people believe it happened, so that's cool.
True.
Facts, B.
All right, well, I guess this probably brings us out to like 30 minutes, so I think that wraps up our show.
Yeah. Remind them to stay in school and all that stuff.
No, don't do that.
Not to drugs and stuff.
Just go to the school of YouTube. I guess college is for some people if you really want to do it, but if you don't want to go to college and you fucking hate college and you hate school, then
just do whatever you fuck you want. Just do whatever you want, seriously.
But learn how to make money doing it.
Honestly,
that's the most important thing.
The entire business world is people making it up as they go. Yeah. So just get in where you fit in.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time.
Not even just with
I sell bottles of shampoo to people I've never met on the internet. I mean, I don't even know. It's nonsense. Just make some shit up, put it online, somebody's gonna buy it.
If you can market it correctly.
That's the key.
And find your niche.
Yo, this isn't fucking like Jerry's final thoughts. Why you guys doing this?